From the very beginning, it was kind of James Marsden versus Ryan Gosling on this podcast. I mean, we started with The Notebook. Hell, we even named a concept after Marsden, being Cyclops, to where the worst man comes out in the end and takes away the girl from the better guy, aka Wolverine and Cyclops. And we had kind of chosen James Marsden, and we stuck with him for a long time. I'm gonna say, I mean, we both still kind of like the guy, but there has been some hinky shit as of lately, and I gotta say that Ryan Gosling, he's just been steady there the whole time. And for the love of God, please don't do anything weird. I don't think we can handle it if suddenly tomorrow I open up and my Google News alerts tells me that you've been stealing money from an orphanage or doing very weird things with your genitalia. Who knows? Just keep it normal, man. But anyway, here's the movie that puts you in the pole position. Welcome to You've Got Mails.
All right, here's what we're going to do. On the count of three, we'll decide what we want, all right? One, two, three. I think we should review Roadhouse.
I've been podcasting with other men.
Jesus. Welcome to You've Got Mails, everybody. I'm Jason. I'm here with who I thought was my soulmate, CJ, and now I'm not so sure.
And that's it for the scripted part of this. Let's get into the part where I just eat my own foot for an hour and a half.
Excellent. It's funny you bring up feet, CJ. On today's podcast, we'll be discussing 2011's Crazy Stupid Love. Know anything about this movie?
Wait, what does it have to do with feet?
Oh, you'll see.
Okay.
Did you even watch the same movie as me?
I'm not a foot guy, man. I block those parts out.
All right, well, anyhow.
But I knew nothing about this movie, and I'm so fucking happy. Because a lot of times I watched the trailer beforehand.
Yeah.
And I'm so fucking glad I didn't. I think I would have known a lot more about this movie than I wanted to.
Yeah, it's possible. So I kind of knew about this movie. I mean, I knew what it was. I knew who was in it. I know I've seen clips of it. And there were parts where I thought I knew where it was going, and then I convinced myself that wasn't where it was going, and then that's where it went, so I was still surprised. If that makes any sense, and I'll explain later. But, yeah, I mean, I was excited to watch this movie. I'll say that, just because of the people in it and what I saw online as far as, like, reviews go and stuff like that. But let's get in it. Let's get into the feet.
Just the three main star women of this movie. It's like Emma Stone, Marissa Tomei, and...
Julianne Moore?
Julianne Moore. It's like the fucking holy trinity for me right there.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a Julianne Moore guy, huh? Oh, all right. Nice. Let's get to the feet. This movie starts out with a panning shot across the restaurant.
Oh, that's right.
Of just everyone's feet.
Yeah, they're canoodling.
I thought this was a Quentin Tarantino film for a minute. Yeah, but they're just like you pan across and you see all the feet like playing footsie under the table and stuff like that, and then you come to the most boringest set of feet you've ever seen that are like really far apart and not moving.
I gotta tell you though, New Balance, pretty comfy.
Oh, Jesus.
Honestly.
I have to get you a Ryan Gosling. But we pan up and we find out that
Ryan Gosling would have had a stroke trying to help me out at the mall. He would have given up. He would have just walked into the bathroom and started crying.
But we pan up to the table and we meet our two of our main characters, played by Steve Carell and Julianne Moore, Cal and Emily, who are married. And they're finishing up dinner, and they're both kind of distant. And, Cal's saying, you seem a little off. And she goes, I'm just thinking about what I want. And he's like, yeah, me too. I'm looking at the dessert menu. And he says, on the count of three, let's decide what we're going to get together. He says creme brulee. She says a divorce. And
we've all been there.
He's just kind of stunned. I'm not a big creme brulee guy, so I never have.
Chocolate lava cake would have kept them together.
Oh, you know what? That'll get me. And he just has a stunned look, and it's just this awkward silence. And we cut back to their home where their babysitter, Jessica, is babysitting for their middle child, is their boy named Robbie. He's 13 years old. And we see her kind of like wrestling around with him, like roughhousing, tackling him, getting him ready for bed.
Wrong moves.
Yeah, wrong moves for sure. She sends him off to bed, but she also knocks a picture off the end table, and it's a picture of Cal and Emily, and it cracks right down the middle. And,
Bow, bow, bow.
What a metaphor.
You catch who the babysitter is?
She was in Warm Bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
She has a very distinct look.
Nora.
So as soon as I saw her, I was like, I've seen her before.
Yeah, she was Nora. She was like the nurse friend. She picks up the picture and puts her hand over Julianne Moore's face. And this is the first kind of inkling you get, like there may be a crush being had.
This is the first inkling that I got that I was like, oh no, is this a huge conglomerate cast movie again, where everybody's in love and everybody. Thank God they boiled it down to like just 5 or 6 people.
I got you.
Yeah, I was a little worried that we were going to start going into different.
I thought you were going to say, is this an American Beauty situation where it's an old man having a midlife crisis sleeping with young women?
I think I'm confident in saying we can just take that off the list, right? Like, we don't need to watch American Beauty.
Oh, that's not on the list. That's not a chick flick. That's just I don't know what that is.
That's a midlife crisis flick.
That's a ride is what that movie is. But, we see that, so we kind of know that, she's got the hots for Cal. Then we get a little scene of her going up to check on Robbie to make sure he's in bed. And he's in bed all right. He's giving it the old Shape of Water, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's doing a solo on the old skin flute.
Oh, we got it on the first one.
So, he's jerking the gherkin.
Let's talk about this young boy masturbating for the rest of the episode.
I don't think we should. That's how you get on lists.
Yeah.
So she walks in and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," and she walks out.
This kid fucking owns the moment, though.
He really does. He comes downstairs and he says, "I'd like to apologize that you had to see that, but just so you know, I'm thinking about you while I do it." And she's just like, "Please stop!" Like, this
highest compliment a person can receive, I'd think.
Also the creepiest. Like, if someone told me that and it wasn't someone that I was romantically involved with.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. So got a text from a random person like, "Hey, I just want you to know I was thinking about you." No, thank you. So there's that super awkward moment, and we cut back to Cal and Emily in the car ride home from the restaurant, and Emily is just she just blurts out, "I slept with someone." It was David Lindenhagen from work, and
first time we keep hearing this name. They say his name more than all the other characters combined.
Yeah, I think I saw like a stat on IMDb. I think his name is said like 15 or 16 times. Yeah. But it's good because it sets up the end, I feel like, really well. Because everybody knows this guy's name. And at the end, you see that play out. But she's just like, it was at a Christmas, you met him once at the Christmas party. And Steve Carell is just like, not ready to talk about what's going on. He's just like, please stop talking. And she won't stop, like telling him about the affair and like why she wants the divorce. And he's like, if you don't stop talking, I'm going to get out of the car. And she keeps talking. And this fucking guy just tucks and rolls. Like, the car is moving. He opens the door and rolls out of the car.
It's the first time that I laughed out loud. And I was like, I bet you I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be good.
He bounces down the street. And she stops the car and goes back and gets him. And she's still talking. He's like, just please stop talking. I'll move out tonight. Like, whatever you want. Like, just please shut the fuck up.
Man's broken.
Yeah, he's like, I just don't want to talk about it. They get back to the house and they come in, the babysitters, and me like, oh my God, what happened? And he's like, we're getting a divorce and I jumped out of the car.
Yeah.
Just the guy
turns left, kids staring at him.
Yeah, the guy's in total shock and Robbie's right there. Like, they didn't mean for Robbie to hear it this way. And I do like this because Robbie's like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, you jumped out of a car. Like, the divorce is like second to this kid right now. Like, he's just amazed that his dad jumped out of a moving car and he's all right.
Most exciting thing his dad's ever done, probably.
Yeah. He drives the babysitter home and she is basically like trying to flirt with him, or at least express to him that she has feelings for him.
Yeah, they're playing this song. I actually looked it up, Season in Your Eyes. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it fucking hurts. This whole car ride is painful to watch.
It is. It's really awkward, but it's also funny because she's like, you're an amazing guy, and if your wife is getting divorced from you, she's batshit crazy, and she's about to like hit on him, and he is still just, he's not processing anything. Like, he's not hearing this. He's just dead ahead, not listening. He gets it back to the house, stops the car, and he's like, please don't tell your parents about the divorce. And then like, she gets out of the car. He heard nothing she said. So he is
a damn thing.
Completely oblivious to the fact that this girl has feelings for her. We cut to like a swanky little bar. And we meet Emma Stone, who plays a character named Hannah. She's there with her friend. I don't think has ever given a name in the movie. If she is, I didn't catch it.
Her friend's fun, though.
Yeah, her friend is fun. And they're sitting at a table having drinks, and they're talking about... Actually, the whole conversation starts with... Emma Stone saying how much of a crush she has on Conan O'Brien and that she'd sleep with him. Like, that would be like her, celebrity crush.
She call him Ginger Junk O'Brien?
Yeah, that's what the friend calls him. And the friend's just like, wow, really?
I've heard that a lot. Something about Conan O'Brien. I've heard a lot of women.
I kind of got the hots for Conan O'Brien. He's a funny
Really?
guy. I mean, the sense of humor, it goes a long way.
I don't know. We couldn't get him down here. His head would hit the ceiling.
Is he taller than I am?
Oh, he's like 6'8".
Is he? No.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't believe
With
that.
the hair, it's like 9.
Well, it's the hair. If I wasn't bald, I'd be a lot taller. But they're talking, and we catch a glimpse of, Ryan Gosling's character, the hot Goss. He's over by the bar. His name is Jacob, and he comes over and starts putting down the moves. Like, he's hitting on Hannah, and he kind of pushes the friend to the side. Not in a bad way.
No, she catches some strays. He's like, you're beautiful, too.
Yeah. She's like, I love you.
Yeah.
And he's trying to hit on Hannah.
And they're so clever. Like, I this is the first, like, real note I had where I was just like, is this how good-looking people flirt? Like, is this what it looks like? Because it looked great.
It did look great, and I feel like if you look like Ryan Gosling, you can get away with this. I don't think you and I can go to the bar and you use these same lines, because he's
I get maced.
He's really kind of a dick. Like, he's not very.
He nags them a little bit. Yeah,
he does. He nags the shit out of them. Like, this is his move. But he's telling Hannah how beautiful she is, and he wants to know if she'll come home with him, and she's just like, no, I'm not attracted to you. And he tries to tell her, he's like, you know what, there's a chance, you might not regret going home with the hot guy at the bar and having like the best night of your life. He's like, but also you might not regret it. Like, and she's just like, no, I'm engaged, or not engaged, but I have a boyfriend, and gets up and leaves. And this doesn't really, like, his moves work all the time. And this is the girl that they don't work on. So he's just kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We see Cal now is at the bar. And he is just an obnoxious,
like a sore thumb.
An obnoxious drunk. Like, he's not dressed well.
I would 100% go and talk to this guy.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just a sucker for people that seem like they have a good story at a bar.
Yeah.
Or just like the way he's talking, where he's just constantly like, David, what's his
David Lindenhagen.
Yeah, he's like, David Lindenhagen, banging my wife.
Yeah.
And I, like, if I saw that at the bar, I'd be like, I gotta go see what this is about.
I would
like,
stay
hey, buddy, can I get you a beer?
I would stay a million miles away from this guy. But in this first scene of him at the bar, he is talking about, it's kind of talking to the bartender and being a little obnoxious, talking about how his wife slept with somebody else. And he looks over at Ryan Gosling's character, and he's dressed real nice, like suave. He's chatting up some girls at a table. I did like this because Steve Carell looks over and he's just like, gay. like he looks at him and he's just
That's what I was trying to figure out. Is he like talking like homosexual gay or like fanny pack gay?
I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's like you never heard that there's a comedian, I can't remember his name, but he says like, how else are you supposed to describe a fanny pack? Gay.
No, I think in this scene, I think he looks at him and he doesn't think he's gay, but it's like one of those things where you see a guy who's better looking than you, has it more together than you, and you want to cut him down somehow. And
so
this is
like it was derogatory.
Yeah, and this is like Steve Carell's way of being like, hey, he's not that, he's not great. We see Cal at work the next day, and there's some great scenes in this.
Dude.
His coworker comes in and he's like, hey man, it might even be his boss or supervisor, and he's like, hey, just wanted to tell you, like, really great job this quarter. And he's like building him up, and Cal's like, who told you I was getting a divorce? And the guy's like, oh my God, a divorce? Someone heard you crying in the bathroom. We all thought it was cancer. So it's just a divorce? And he's like, yeah, it's a divorce. He's like, oh man, I'm so happy for you. And Steve Carell's like, yeah, feels great. Yeah. And he gets up and leaves and walks out of the office, and the guy's just like, everybody, it's not a cancer, it's just a divorce. And the whole place is just cheering for him as he walks out. Guy's like completely broken.
Oh, shit.
He's moving out of the house, and the next scene, he's got the U-Haul, and he's packing everything up. And his wife is like, do you want me to back up the truck for you? I know you're not really good at backing up. And I'll talk about it later, but there's so many times in this movie where they try to, like, emasculate him for some reason and make him less of a man.
A little bit, yeah.
And I'll talk about it later, but this is like just one of those scenes where they do that, and they talk about his manhood, basically, and try to make him seem like less of a man.
Like, you can't back up a truck.
Yeah.
Which I know many men that can't back up a large U-Haul truck.
Oh, yeah.
Like
it's not an easy
it's a pain in the ass. Like it's not a size of your testicles thing. It's a literal skill you have to learn. You have to practice.
Where I work, like I oversee like a warehouse, and we have delivery drivers, and these guys have been driving, some of them years and years and years. I got guys backing into shit all the time. Like, it's not a fucking...
Is this why you were limping today?
It's not back into me. It's not an easy thing to do sometimes. But they're talking about, like, you know, kind of like, when did things change? And she's just saying how she feels alone and she doesn't know what to do with herself. She says, I went to see the new Twilight by myself.
Yes.
She's like, it was so bad. And
it's not even doing justice the way you say it. Like, her scene in this is fucking excellent.
And he does give her, like, quite the zinger, because she's like, when do you think I changed? Or when did I change? And he goes, probably when you slept with David Lindenhagen.
Yeah.
And he gets in the truck and he backs it out. He's back at the bar and we see Gosling is there again, and he's doing the same routine. Like, he just picks a table of girls, walks up, he starts talking immediately. He's like, ingratiates himself into this group, and he leaves with a girl, like, every time.
If this was my bar, both of these men would be thrown out. I'd be like, 1, you're a serial predator, please leave my bar. And 2, you're just bringing down the fucking vibe every night. Please leave my bar.
This is true, but if you kicked them both out, there wouldn't be a movie.
Like, I've been at bars where people were crying in the corner, and the bartender came. I was like, look, I'm really sorry about whatever's going on in your life, but you got to go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not serving you anymore.
Cal's friend Ernie shows up. It's like another, like, middle-aged dad, also not dressed to be in the bar, and he has a gift bag with him. And he sits down and he talks to him, and he tells him, you know, I talked to my wife, and she's making us pick sides, and unfortunately we have to pick Emily. Like, I can't be your friend anymore.
You recognize this guy?
He was from The Walking Dead.
Oh, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he's also...
He was the older brother in the Drew Carey show.
Yeah, but he's in a bunch of stuff. Like, he's in the movie Zodiac, where he's, like, the potential Zodiac killer.
That's right.
Yeah,
he's great. Every time he's on screen, he's, like, just kind of off, just enough.
He was in Silence of the Lambs and Manhunter, like, the two, like, original, like, Silence of the Lambs, like, movies.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in quite a bit of stuff. It's great because he gives him a bag of cologne, or a gift bag he's like, it's cologne, I got this for you. He's just like, are you breaking up with me, Ernie? And Ernie walks out, which I thought this was shitty too, because they make the fact that Steve Carell got cheated on his fault multiple times. And it's like,
yeah.
And like, again, like, why would you have to pick sides? Like, you're adults, you can be friends with both of them. And she cheated on him. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. So why are you picking her?
If you have to pick a side, yeah, you pick the one that didn't do the cheating.
You would think.
But, like, yeah, the same thing. Like, I know tons of people that have had relationships fall apart. Maybe I don't talk to one side or the other, not actively.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't search them out to tell them, like, hey, I'm also breaking up with you. Like, that's fucking mean.
Yeah, it's just weird. And at this point, Cal goes into this whole rant about cuckolds, which I found very amusing. He's like, you know what word doesn't get used that much anymore? Cuckold. I'm a cuckold. David Lindenhagen cuckolded me. And he's just like, cuckold.
Boy, if he could have just made it 8 years into the future, where you go on the internet and you go, boy, thank you for this recipe. It was delicious. And the next comment is, fuck you, cuck.
Yeah. It's a word that gets used a lot now.
Yeah.
And Jacob, Gosling's character, is sitting at a table with this girl, and he looks at Cal and he waves him over, and he says to the girl, I need 5 minutes with this guy, if you'll excuse me. But he calls Cal over, and he's giving him hard facts. He's like, listen, man, he's like, you're over there just yelling about cuckolds. He's like, David Lindenhagen slept with your wife. And Cal's like, how do you know it was David Lindenhagen? Did he sleep with your wife too? And he's like, no, you've just been screaming it out loud for like ever. Like, everyone in this bar knows.
You're killing my vibe.
He's like, and I'm going to tell you, he's like, I don't like this. He's like, your wife cheated on you. Because look at you. You got a Supercuts haircut. You're drinking watered down vodka cranberries. Your clothes don't fit right. He's like, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to help you rediscover your manhood. And I'm like, it's not his fault he got cheated on. Like, I don't understand.
Also, when you're like edging on, your late 40s, you've been married, you got multiple children. Maybe you don't need, like, the $300 haircut every month.
You just want some comfy shoes and a pair of loose-fitting khakis. That's all.
Yeah, man.
But he tells him, he said, your wife's going to rue the day that she slept with David Lindenhagen. He says, meet me at the mall food court tomorrow at, like, 3 p.m. So we get to see Cal in his sad bachelor pad. He has, like, a little apartment now, and the kids are visiting. But as soon as the kids get there, he's a terrible fucking dad, because he's like, as soon as the kids walk in, the doorbell rings and it's the babysitter.
Yes.
And he's like, I have to go for a little bit. Like, I'm going to leave you here with her.
And she seems a little sad that there's children there.
She
like, got invited over.
Yeah, she certainly does.
And they reference the fact this girl is 17 very many times in this movie.
Oh, yeah, they do. And Robbie is just like, I don't need a babysitter. She's like 4 years older than me, and she needs to realize that. Like, he's pushing pushing it hard. And he's like, no, I just need to go. I have a thing to do, and he leaves. Because he's got the date with Ryan Gosling in the mall food court. We get to see Hannah again, Emma Stone's character, and they're at like a party for her going away party, he calls it. That this is her boyfriend. And this is, you know who this was?
No.
This is Josh Groban.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, noted singer.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been in a few
this party
things.
seemed fucking intolerable.
Oh, it is.
This is the party I get up and leave this table and go find the guy at the bar that's screaming cuckold. And I'm like, that's the guy. That's who I want to party with.
This is just like a bunch of him and his lawyer friends. Just talking about stocks and bonds and looking at their phones the entire time. And Hannah's there with her friend. And he tells everybody, this is Hannah's going away party. She finished law school and she's about to go and take the bar. So she's done with school and, she can take the bar, which takes about 3 months. And he says, like, he makes an announcement, in 3 months I'm going to have another party here to celebrate her passing the bar. And I think you're all going to want to be here because it's going to be a special moment. And she looks at her friend and she's like, I think he's going to ask me to marry him.
I got a story for you.
Okay, lay it on.
So about passing the bar, because that's a fucking serious test. It's multiple days. Here in Pittsburgh, they often do it as one large gathering down at our convention center downtown.
No, really?
And I was working on a show down there. It was the Andy Warhol, 25th anniversary or something for the Andy Warhol Museum. And so the bar is serious. Like, you go in, it is heads down. You are not fucking around. For 8 hours you were testing for a couple days straight.
Yeah.
Like, bathroom breaks are regulated. Like, looking around the room is regulated. So we were testing a new type of fogging machine for this party.
Yeah.
And set off the fire alarms for the David L. Lawrence Convention Center in the middle of the bar. And if you want to know about what happens when you get, 800 very litigious people together in a room and fuck their day up, you will hear about being sued over and over and over.
Really?
Yeah, it became a whole thing, man. We had to talk people down.
Oh, wow.
Because they had to basically give all these people another day. Their day was ruined by having to leave the room for 30 minutes.
Yeah, wow. But I love her friend in this because she's like, really? You're going to marry him? Really? Okay, I mean, it's your life. I'm not going to... But really? Him? And she gets up and has to leave, and Emma Stone kind of looks around the table at all these guys, just milquetoast, suit and tie, button up, just all staring at their phones, no one's interacting, and you can tell she's kind of maybe this isn't.
I mean, Emma Stone stands out in most rooms she walks into. In this room, she really fucking stands
100%.
out from these people.
And from here, we see Cal's character, or Steve Carell's character, Cal, walking through the mall, and he sees Jacob leaning against the railing, just eating a slice of Sbarros in the sexiest way possible. Yeah, in a suit. I mean, God bless him. It's a bold move.
Yeah,
he's just eating Sbarros against the railing.
That's fucking confidence, man.
Yeah. And Cal walks up to him and he just looks him up and down. And he looks at his shoes and he's got New Balance shoes on. And he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Are you Steve Jobs? Are you a billionaire tech guy? No, you don't dress like this." And he's like, "Give me your shoes." Which is wild to me, because if I had just met a man the day before and he asked me to meet him at a food court and I showed up and he said, "Give me your shoes," I would not give him my shoes.
For fear that he would throw them in a random direction.
Which is what he does. He yeets these fucking New Balances off the side of this balcony at this mall. And you hear people screaming from below. He almost hits them with a pair of shoes. So he's just we have to get you fixed up. He's like, "Give me your credit card."
How'd you like us?
The good Velcro wallet or the montage?
The montage.
Oh, I love a good montage. This is a good one. This is a reverse She's All That. He's giving Steve Carell a makeover.
Yeah.
But I love, if anything, if you've never seen this, I can't even do it justice, describing it. He pulls out his wallet to give him his credit card and he rips it open and it's Velcro. And the look of disdain and disgust on Ryan Gosling's face was just so perfect and funny to me. It's great.
I will say too, let's just pause this right now. If you haven't seen this movie, I almost would suggest stopping and watching this movie. It is there are some twists and turns in this that fucking fantastic.
Yeah. But he takes him on like a shopping spree. He gets some like new jeans, suit, tie.
Clothes that fit.
Clothes that fit. I love it at one point. He's like, I don't need a new pair of pants. I have pants. Like, how many pairs of jeans do I have? He's like, you have a mom butt. Like, we need to fix that. Like, he takes him to get a haircut. And after he goes in and gets all of his new clothes on and comes out with his haircut and everything, Jacob is flirting with the girl at the store. And he's basically like, you're going to come home with me after work? And she's just like, yeah. And Jacob's like, that worked? And she's like, yeah, sort of. And he asks her, he's like, what do you think about him? Like, now his new look, would you sleep with him? She goes, yeah, probably. And he's just like, wait, what? Like, why would you do that? And he tells him, he's like, listen, like,
some people got a dad thing.
Yeah, he's like, you had it. And then as soon as you open your mouth, you started to lose it. He's like, that's not how you talk to girls. That's how you do that. We get to see them at the bar, and this is kind of like him getting ready to like start teaching him the ways. And he's asking him questions, and he goes, how many women have you been with? And Cal goes, sexually? And he goes, no, breakdance battles. Yeah, sexually. And he goes, one? I don't mean at a time. I mean in your life. And he's like, no, I understood the question. The answer is one.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my God.
Strictly monogamous man.
Yeah.
And you know, like this scene bothered me. This did bother me. Is like he's trying to teach him how to roll up on women with confidence. Mm-hmm. Like 90% of Ryan Gosling's game is that he looks like Ryan Gosling, right?
Yeah. It's an unfair playing field. Like it's uneven. Oh,
I can roll into a place with a lot of confidence and still be let out in handcuffs.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty people privilege, CJ, is what it is.
Fuck. That's very I'm getting pretty incel-y today. I don't know. Ryan Gosling brings it out of me.
But we basically get a little montage of him trying to help him pick up women. And, he walks over with him, introduces himself, introduces Cal, leaves him alone with him for a little while. You see how he's still incredibly awkward. He's like talking about his kids, talking about his divorce. Just a total turnoff for all these women. Plus the women they're approaching, half his age at least.
For sure.
Like he's not actually taking him to any women that are age appropriate that may have similar interests.
And this was before like the daddy thing was a big thing too.
Yeah.
Like nowadays he'd roll into that bar like that, clean house.
Yeah. But it's just this montage of like him talking to all these different groups of women, and at the end of every one, it's Jacob leaving with them, and Cal sitting there by himself. And at the very end of this montage, this actually very beautiful woman starts walking across the bar towards him, and there's like this music starts playing, and he's like, "Oh, this is it. This might be it." She walks up and hands him the check.
This check that would have killed me.
$837. Yes. He gets left with this bill. While Ryan Gosling was just flirting it up all night.
Actually, I missed out earlier when his friend comes in to break up with him at the bar.
Yeah.
The first thing he does is order a large Chardonnay, chugs it, and then leaves immediately. And I was like, that motherfucker didn't even pay for Chardonnay.
Son of a bitch.
If you look at this bill, like this place is not the average bar you'd go to every night.
No, absolutely not. We see Emily at work now, and we find out that David Lindenhagen is motherfucking Kevin Bacon.
Dude, like out of nowhere. So this is why I was so glad I didn't watch the trailer.
I was shocked. You figure like this movie is able to just sit on Kevin Bacon for a good 30 minutes before they even introduce him.
Is this our first Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it might. I mean, are there other? I don't have any other romantic movies with Kevin. I'm sure they're out there. To figure it out.
Oh, I mean, there's the one where he dances.
Footloose? I don't think that's a chick flick.
Oh, dude, I couldn't give you weirder eyes right now. Of course it is.
Really?
Oh, yeah. All right, people, write in.
Yeah, write in. Let's hear the answers. I need to know if Footloose is a chick flick.
I mean, the answer's yes, but like other people come in and validate me here.
I never thought of it that way. But he comes in and he's talking to Emily, and he tells her he's sorry about the divorce, but you can also tell that he's actually interested in her. Like, this wasn't just like a one-night stand or something for him. Like, they hooked up, and he's telling her, once I got to start working with you, I was actually excited to come into work and all these things.
Other than the fact that he slept with a married woman, he's kind of a legit cool guy the rest of it. Like, not cool, but he's just kind of like...
a bad guy.
He's a sincere guy where he's like, look, we fucked up, but...
Yeah.
Like, I'm into you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not terrible. We cut to school, and Robbie, the middle son, is in class, and they're talking about the Scarlet Letter. And he actually stands up in the middle of class, and he's like, I want to say something The A in the Scarlet Letter, that stands for assholes, because only assholes fall in love, and asshole this and asshole that. And at the end of his little speech, he's like, and also, I'm sorry about all the assholes. And he gets sent to the principal's office.
Of course.
Emily has to come pick him up. And we get like a scene of them. She takes him back to work with her. And they're talking, and he's telling her, you know, I saw Dad. He looks sad. And she's like, I know, I'm sad too. He goes, yeah, I know. I heard you crying in bed the other night. He's like, I even Googled it because I wanted to try to help. She's like, you Googled Mom's crying in bed? And he's like, yeah. She's like, what came up? He's like, just a lot of weird videos of moms crying in bed. David Lindenhagen walks in, and Mom has to leave, and everyone knows who David Lindenhagen is. So Robbie is just like a real shit.
He's just eyeing him down the entire time.
And he's just like, you'll never be my dad. Like, my dad is a way better man than you. Like, you're garbage and all this stuff. And then Mom walks back in, and they're ready to go. We see Cal and David back at the bar. And
like 3/4 of this movie takes place in this fucking bar.
It really does.
Yeah.
And he tells her, he's like, you know, it's time. You're ready to take a lady home and show her your special gift, he says. And they spot a woman across the bar. He's like, that her right there. Like, you should hit on her. It's Marissa Tomei.
Sitting on Marissa the whole time.
Yeah. You sit on both of these two big stars. Academy Award winner, Marissa Tomei. You're waiting 40 minutes to introduce her into the movie.
This is with a bullet my favorite Marissa Tomei performance.
She's good in this. He says, he's like, she's here, you know, a woman that age doesn't come to a bar like this alone. She's hunting. Like, she's not just here to have a drink and go home by herself. He's like, she's going to settle for somebody, and I want her to settle for you. So, and Cal's like, I don't think I'm ready. Like, and Jacob, like, tricks him into telling him back, like, all the things he uses to pick up women.
Yeah, Mr. Miyagi's him.
It's exactly what he does. And he looks at me and goes, you Miyagi'd me. Because he learned all this stuff by watching and didn't realize he learned it. And now now he's ready to go. So he walks up to her and he starts doing all the shitty things that Jacob does. Like, first he tells her, I'm going to buy you a drink, and she refuses. He's like, no, I'm going to get you a drink. And she's like, I'm 5 years sober.
Why is she at this bar?
That's a great question. I mean, you know, there's people that don't drink that go to bars just for the socialized aspect. Maybe they're to get a guy.
Yeah, but if you're 5 years sober, like, why go to a bar?
If you're looking to
coffee shop.
If you're looking to pick up a dude,
that's
like
true.
For like a fling kind of thing. Like,
I mean, it is kind of obvious. She is there to have a good night.
Yeah. So, and then he's like being really rude to her because, you know, Jacob is like, put the onus on them to be interesting. Like, don't talk about yourself. And like, he won't answer any personal questions. Like, he keeps trying to turn it around on her. He just seems very awkward and weird. The technique isn't working. So then he just starts like truth dumping. Like, he's just like, you know what? My wife left me. She slept with David Lindenhagen. I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, this guy's trying to tell me how to pick up women. It's not working. I'm staring at your breasts, and I don't even know why. And he's like, and you're just so sexy and cute at the same time. And she's like, you think I'm sexy and cute? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, take me home. Because like the honesty is just like the biggest turn on. So we get a scene of them going into the apartment and just like feverishly making out.
Just destroying the place.
They're destroying it. And he's
like,
just
he's not getting back that security deposit after this.
And he's just telling her all kinds of truth. Like, he's just saying everything that comes to his mind, and she loves it.
Kids are going to be coming home like, why are these holes in the wall?
So cut to the next morning.
What happened to that rug?
Cut to the next morning, and she walks out the door. He's like letting her out in the morning, and she's like, you're going to call me, right? And he's like, yeah, I'll call you. Now we get a montage of Marissa Tomei, believe it or not, was a slump buster. He is a ladies' man now all of a sudden. Like, one night with Marissa Tomei. And
slump buster's a weird thing to call a woman. I mean, I know what the concept is.
It's not necessarily a woman. It could be anybody. Like, it could be a guy or a girl. But
as soon as you said it, I was like, that feels weird.
It's a term that I've heard. I mean, you know,
she's a real slump buster.
It's used in sports as well. If a guy's having like a dry spell, hitting home runs, and
then meets Marissa
comes up
Tomei
against a bad pitcher, it's a slump buster. That's what it is. But there's just a montage now of him like picking up different women and taking them home. We're at the bar again, like after this montage is over, and he's sitting there with Jacob again. And Hannah's friend from before is at the bar by herself, and she calls Hannah and is like, hey, the super hot guy that hit on you the other night is at the bar. Like, you should come here. And she's like, no, I have a boyfriend. I'm not doing that.
Is this when he starts doing late night gardening?
No, not yet.
No.
We get a scene of with Jessica. She like comes home from school or whatever, and her parents are talking about Kyle at the table, and she's like, what's going on with Mr. whatever is like Kyle, you know, what's going on with him? And they're like, well, the mom is like, well, I've been hearing that he's been sleeping with a different woman every night. And there's these different women in his apartment. And Jessica's just like, oh, okay. Well,
Oh, and this is also when you discover that her parents are the friends that,
Ernie,
took her mom's side. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jessica goes to school the next day and finds this one girl who apparently just only sleeps with older guys and asks her for info on how to sleep with them. And she's like, just, naughty pictures. Like, that's the way you got to TMZ.
Such a weird little scene because this girl shows up with so much confidence.
Yeah.
And then is never seen again.
But while we're at the school, like, she goes to walk out after getting this information from this girl. And there's this big, like, set built with a big red curtain over the front of it. And it drops and it's Robbie.
Wearing the scarlet letter.
Yeah. And this kid's all about the grand gestures. Like, he's professing his love to her in front of all the kids. And she goes up and yanks him off the stage and takes him aside. And it basically breaks his heart and is like, you have to stop doing this. I'm in love with someone else. He's an older guy. Please don't do this anymore. Like, this is never going to be a thing. This is where Cal has a nightmare. He wakes up from a nightmare where Kevin Bacon is mowing his lawn at his home, and Emily's in the window, like, watching, and Kevin Bacon's, like, on a sweaty, like, white T-shirt looking all sexy, and she's licking her lips from inside the house watching him mow.
I've had this same dream. Wasn't a nightmare, but I've had it.
So it's like the middle of the night, and he goes to the house, and he's literally doing all the yard work at, like, the dead of night. It's gonna be like 2 a.m. He's watering the plants. He's just doing everything. And then the lights come on, and he runs away.
Yeah, he does, like, night gardening.
Yeah.
I did some gardening today in the middle of the day, and it sucked. I couldn't imagine doing it in the dark.
Well, at least it's not hot. He's spending some time with Robbie. They're playing a game of catch, and they're talking about their love lives, and he's talking about how, Robbie's telling him about this girl, and she's in love with somebody else, but she's a soulmate. And Cal's like, if she's your soulmate, you just don't give up. You got to go and get her. He's like, well, you gave up on mom. She's your soulmate. And he kind of pep talks Cal into getting the mom back. So they go to the PTA meeting, and they meet each other out in the hallway outside of the classroom. And he's all like, he's got his new look. He's been made over.
Yeah.
And Emily's like, wow, you look really great.
I love the way they talk to each other. Like, especially when they're talking about the kid, they're like, yeah, he's a weird one, right?
Yeah,
like, they're talking about their own son.
Yeah, but we're glad he says at one point, I'm glad we switched him with another one from the hospital. Though.
Yeah.
And you can tell that, like, they're still interested in each other. And Cal actually apologizes, which I didn't understand, because he got cheated on. But he tells her, he's like, you know what, I got boring. I'm mad at you for cheating, but I'm mad at me too, because I didn't fight to keep you. And, you fight for your soulmates. And she kind of, like, this melts her a little bit. She's, like, ready to be like, all right, let's get back together. Then the door opens, and the teacher is Marissa Tomei.
Holy fuck. Did you see this coming?
No, I didn't.
No.
I was surprised.
So, like, I was a few minutes earlier, I was a little blown away by the fact that the babysitter's parents were, like, his friends. And I was like, holy crap, that's a surprise. And then Marissa Tomei opens the door, and I, like, literally gasped.
Everything is, like, neatly interconnected throughout this movie.
Yeah,
like, all the characters have some kind of connection
to each other. This amazing. Like, them and Marissa Tomei together.
It's super awkward, because they obviously know each other. And Emily's like, how do you know each other? And he's like, oh, I think we met somewhere once before. Well, like, let's just focus on the kid. And she writes asshole really big on the board. And she's like, I'm sure you're familiar with this word, because, Robbie did the whole asshole speech earlier in the movie. But then she's like, no, an asshole is a guy who sleeps with you and doesn't call you back the next day and turns out to be married. And now he's sitting in my classroom. And, Emily didn't know any of this. And she's like, oh, my God. They get outside and they're fighting. And he tells her, he's like, up until we were divorced, I'd only slept with one person. Now I've slept with 9 different women. And she's like, what the And he's like, I'm sorry. I don't even know why I said that. And she's like, well, you really showed me. He's like, I wasn't trying to show you.
They're, like, screaming at each other. And at this point, like, the whole school, all the parents are watching.
Yeah. And he's like, I wasn't trying to show you anything. He's like, I was just trying to move on. But I realized I don't want to, because you've always been the one. And Marissa Tomei comes out and she's like, maybe tell her she's the perfect combination of sexy and cute. Because that's what he used on her. And it's also how he described his wife.
Asshole.
Yeah. And she's like, oh my God, you said that to her too. And she does yell asshole. And he goes, she's an alcoholic. But she's not. She's been sober for 5 years. It's kind of shitty to her. And then
there's a few scenes in this where he's just a dickhead.
Yeah. And then it's that everybody walks away and leaves him, and then it starts raining. And I was like, oh no, sad Steve Carell in the rain. And like the perfect moment, he just goes, what a cliche. Because it is. And he knows it. Like, he's stuck in the rain, like, sad, everybody left. At the same time, enough time has passed that Hannah has passed the bar, and they're at that restaurant again. And Josh Groban stands up and gives his big special announcement, and all it is a job offer. Like it's not an engagement. He wants to make her a partner at his law firm. And she says to him, I thought this was going to be an engagement. Like I guess I misunderstood. And he's just like, oh, I didn't think we were there yet, and I need some time to figure out.
This guy is saying crazy shit to Emma Stone.
Yeah, I know. He's like, I just need to figure out. I need some time to figure out how I feel about us. And I'm like, I mean,
dude, you're way above your weight class.
Yeah.
Like you were.
Yeah. So she like kind of like has a moment where she just like kind of snaps out a little bit, and she's like, oh, okay, well, I guess.
This guy's sitting at a bus stop, and a Ferrari pulls up and is like, hop in. He's like, no, I think my bus might get better. Mm-hmm.
But she takes a glass of alcohol off of a table, and she starts drinking it. She's like, oh, this is just straight gin, isn't it? And he's like,
guzzling.
Just chugs down like the biggest glass of gin you've ever seen. She heads straight to that bar where Jacob hangs out, and she finds him. She walks up to him. She's like, you remember me?
Tears him off of another woman.
Yeah. You remember me? Take me back to your place. And he's like, okay. They get back to her place, and she's like super nervous now. So she's like talking like, so how does this work? Like, what are the logistics?
This scene was like 20 minutes long, and it was still amazing the whole time.
It's great. And she's at one point, she's like, all right, we're going to bang. And he's like, do people even say bang anymore? She's like, oh yeah, we're banging.
She's like, this person does.
Yeah, she's like, take your shirt off. And he does. And like, it's fucking Gosling. He looks real good. And she's just like, fuck, seriously? You look like you're photoshopped. And she asks him, like, what's your big move? Like, what do you do once you get the girls back here that like seals the deal? And he's like, well, I usually work Dirty Dancing into the conversation.
Do you got a move?
No, I don't have a move.
You don't have a move?
I try to be funny as possible.
I cry and hope they want to fix me. Yeah, I don't think I have a move.
Yeah, I'm not.
This guy doesn't need a move either. I mean, you're right. He looks like he's fucking photoshopped.
Yeah, I'm not good at flirting. I'm not a big flirter. I've never been one to approach anyone like out in public. Like I don't know. It's just not who I am. I definitely don't have a move. If I'm lucky enough to like get someone to hang out with me for a little bit, and I can charm them with my sense of humor and my personality. That's really all I feel like I've got going for me. So that's what.
All right, go with it.
Yeah. But he tells her, like, I work that into the conversation, and then I play the song from Dirty Dancing, and I do the move where I pick the girl up over my head. And he does it, and she's like, there's no way that ever works. He's like, no, as soon as I do it, they want to sleep with me. And he does it to her and puts her down. She goes, all right, bedroom or right here? And he's like, bedroom. So they go in, and they start talking. They never actually sleep together. Like, first of all, like, they're making out in bed, and she has her head on the pillow. And she's like, this is one of those foam pillows from Brookstone, isn't it? And he's like, yeah.
This is when I wrote down, I was like, what the fuck does this guy do? Like, I'm trying to figure out, he spends every single night at the bar. Mm-hmm. Like, he does end up explaining he's basically just like a Nepo kid. Like, his dad passed away young and left him a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
But, like, there's a point where they're flirting in that living room, and he goes to pour her a drink.
It's Pappy Van Winkle, 20 age.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not even a whiskey guy, and you're like, that's Pappy Van Winkle.
Yeah.
That is like a $4,000 or $5,000 bottle of bourbon.
Yeah. But she comments on the pillow, and she's like, you're probably one of those guys that would buy one of those massage chairs, too, aren't you? And he's like, yeah. She's like, where is it? And he said, it's in the garage. She's like, can I sit in the massage chair? So then it cuts from the bedroom to in the garage.
It's like Family Guy sketch. Like, they're in the dark bedroom flirting with each other, and it just cuts to this bright, like, fluorescent garage.
Yeah.
She's vibrating in the chair, and then it cuts back to them in bed.
Yeah. And then they just like this, just like this nice montage of them like making jokes and laughing and like in and out of the bed, just a lot of talking. And then he says he asks her if she can do him a favor. He's like, can you ask me something personal about myself? Which we found out throughout the course of this movie that whenever he hits on these girls, like, he's like, don't ever talk about yourself. Like, it's always about them. Always ask them questions. Like, you don't want the pressure on you to be interesting or to be entertaining. You make them do it. So you get the feeling that this is a big deal for him to actually ask someone else to ask him about him. So she asks about his parents. He talks about his mom, and then, his dad, which we find out that his dad was like a very wealthy guy, like really good in business, but he passed away and left him all the money. He's like, that's how I can afford to, have this kind of life.
I mean, his house is glass.
Yeah.
Like, he literally lives in one of those big fucking see-through houses.
Yeah. So he ends up falling asleep, and there's a point at the beginning of this scene where Emma Stone is like, I know how the PG-13 version of this night goes. Like, I drink too much, I fall asleep on your couch, you tuck me in and give me a kiss on the cheek. She's like, I want the R-rated version. Well, at the end of this scene, he's the one that drank too much, and he falls asleep, and she pulls the cover over him, gives him a kiss on the cheek, and like rests her head on his chest, and they fall asleep. And as they pan out of the bedroom, down the hallway, you hear his voicemail go off, and it's Cal. He's like, hey, I got a problem. Remember that teacher that I took home that one night? Like, I need to talk to you. And then
that does happen. She's in a different room and doesn't hear him call, huh?
Yeah,
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, they're in the bedroom, so she never hears it. But then there's like just this like, you hear like a few consecutive voicemails that he's leaving, like getting more and more frustrated, like trying to get a hold of him. It's like, I haven't heard from you for weeks. Like, is everything okay? Like, can you please call me back? I need to talk to you. Then he tries to call Emily. We see her phone go off, but she's out to dinner with fucking David Lindenhagen. They're having dinner out together.
I mean, he's still not a terrible person, even at the dinner.
He's not, but they say his name so much in this movie, and it's always with such disdain that I don't like David Lindenhagen
like,
either.
I wanted to be like, fuck David Lindenhagen, but I don't feel
It's also Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, exactly.
How can you be mad at Kevin Bacon?
That guy fought Tremors. Love him.
Yeah. They get back to the house, and he drops her off, and they kiss, and as they're kissing, Jessica opens the door, the babysitter, and she sees them kiss, and they kind of like play it off like they weren't. And he leaves, and Emily goes up on the doorstep, and she tries to pay Jessica, and Jessica's like, of all the people I babysit for, like, your kids are the only ones that ever like stayed up and waited for dad to get home. Like, everybody else wants mom, but your kids wanted dad. You're just a dumbass. And she's like, what are you talking about? And she tries to pay her, and she goes, I don't want your slutty money. And she leaves. As she goes home, she preps for the sexy photos. Like, she sets up a camera, and she's doing all these poses and taking like a nude picture of herself. You only see her from like the shoulders up, and like the faces she's making are pretty hilarious. Like, she's a kid who's doesn't know what she's doing. Like, it's clear.
Not ready for this.
Yeah. But also, while this is happening, we see Robbie riding his bike with flowers that he's going to leave for her at her doorstep. And he ends up leaving her flowers at her doorstep. I thought this was weird, but then I realized it was 2011. Like, I had to think about it because everybody has like a BlackBerry or like a flip phone. Like, I don't think smartphones were quite there yet in 2011.
They're kicking out sidekicks and yeah.
Because she's taken like a physical photo and then prints it on her computer, then puts it in an envelope and writes Cal's name on it. I'm like, why didn't she just text this to him? But I guess at that point, that wasn't a possibility.
I think iPhone came out in 2009, and they weren't used in movies for a while after that.
At this point, Cal is just creeping outside the house, like kind of stalkerishly, like watching the house. And
he's working on the daisies.
Is he there for some late night gardening?
Yeah, he's like gardening.
But he sees Emily through the window, and she picks up her phone.
Sad, man.
She picks up her phone, and she calls someone, and ends up being his phone. His phone rings, and she's lying to him. Like, she's like, "Oh, I'm in the basement. The pilot light went out. I need to know how to fix it." So, and he's like, "Oh, she's calling me just because she wants to talk to me." Like, clearly, like, she's not really having any issues. She's just making up an excuse to call me. This kind of is like heartwarming. So after this scene, I know you probably got rock hard because they're at the Home Depot for a while, just buying lumber.
Seemed like it was the place to be too. Like, the neighbors are all there.
Yeah, everybody's at the Home Depot.
Like, it's how I walk through Home Depot, just like finger gunning at people and chatting.
But you see him; he's like buying all this stuff, and he's saying he's building something for his wife. But
and what broke my fucking heart is, I mean, everything he builds for his wife is amazing. We don't see a single second of that.
It's just
no cool carpentry montage.
It's already built after the fact.
This movie lost points
because they don't show the carpentry. He gets a phone call finally from Jacob, and he's like, "Where have you been?" He's like, "I got to talk to you, man. I met somebody, and like, I think I'm in love with her. I'm meeting her. My parents. Like, I'm going to meet her mom, and I need to know like what to do." And he's like, "Just smile, be polite, like have some good stories, talk about yourself. You're going to have to like talk about yourself and like impress them."
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Okay." We see Jessica's mom cleaning her room, putting her laundry away, and she finds the envelope with Cal's name on it with the sexy photo in it.
Okay. Put yourself in this woman's shoes.
Okay.
She finds the pictures, freaks out, as she should, walks down to her husband, who she, I assume, loves, and hands him an envelope full of naked pictures of his own daughter. Like, I would be so mad.
Yeah.
Like, she could have walked in and been like, "Hey, this envelope's full of naked pictures of your daughter."
And it's got Cal's name
like,
all
"No,
over it.
I want you to look at the naked pictures of..." And not only does he opens these motherfuckers up and shuffles through them. Like, I would have seen the first naked picture of my daughter and been like, That's enough naked
Yeah, I
pictures
don't
of
need to
my
see what's
offspring.
behind the rest of these.
Yes. Like, there's no point which, like, he gets to the end, he's like, oh, this one's just a winning lotto ticket. And I'm like, no.
But she takes him downstairs, gives him to the dad. He opens it up, looks at it, looks at the envelope.
For an extended period
Yeah.
of time.
Jessica realizes what he's looking at, and she starts to freak out. And this guy, for a big guy, I wrote in my notes, cat-like reflexes. Like, he sees these
He's
pictures.
over the couch and out the door.
He jumps up, turns 180, hurdles the couch, and is out the door. Jessica's fighting her mom for her car keys, gets her car keys away from her, and then, like, the chase is on. Like, they're racing to assumedly find Cal. Emily comes home, and Robbie's outside on the doorstep, and they have a surprise for her. And he says he has to blindfold her.
This is it, man. This is the big grand gesture. He's getting his wife back.
It is. He takes her into the backyard, and she's blindfolded. You can't see anything, but you see that he built her like a giant mini golf hole. Because that was like their first date, was like mini golf and ice cream. And this was like this special moment for them that they used to go mini golfing all the time.
I gotta tell you, for a guy that lost his like groove, carpentry, I gotta say, it gets people's attention. Like she should have just watched him out there sweaty putting lumber together. It should have been like, oh,
yeah,
there's my guy.
So he gets it. He gets this together, and while she's still blindfolded, we hear people coming through the house, and this is where the whole movie goes off the fucking rails, and my jaw dropped because I didn't know.
Didn't know. Okay, good.
There is a scene. So there is a scene when they're at the PTA, or the parent-teacher conference, and they're sitting at the chairs, and Steve Carell says to her, have you talked to Nana? And she goes, yeah, she's worried about both of us. And Nana's like, grandma, right?
Yes.
You're thinking grandma.
And I'm thinking, like, you ever had that breakup where you see that person 6-7 months later? Oh, hey, how's your mother?
Yeah.
They're thinking about each other's like mom and nanas and yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, Nana's short for Hannah. goddammit. This is their other daughter, which I didn't even know they had another daughter. And she comes out because there's another child too. There's a younger daughter than Robbie.
Audible gasp in this
girl
movie.
doesn't have like a single line. She's shown like twice in the whole movie.
I actually wrote down she looks very drunk.
Who did?
The daughter, the young daughter.
Oh, the young daughter.
If you look at her face, she looks like she had been drinking.
Yeah. But Hannah walks out with fucking Jacob, and this is who Jacob called Cal about them going to meet the mom, and this is great because he's like, Jacob's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, what are you doing here? And like they're starting to put the pieces together, and he realizes that Cal is like her dad, and he's like, oh shit. And Cal is just like, no, you're not dating this guy. This guy's an awful person. Which, I mean, the guy really helped you out and didn't have to.
He's literally your only friend.
Yeah, like this guy was a saint to you and like helped fix you up, got your life back together, got you some confidence, like helped you out. For no reason other than the fact that he just thought you looked like a lost soul and needed some help. And so they're like fighting back and forth. And then Ernie, the dad, comes through and
trucks him,
tackles Cal, like levels him. Jacob goes to pull him off of Cal. He punches him in the face. He's like yelling about the naked pictures of his daughter, and the son is like, "Oh my God, my dad's the older guy that you were in love with." The whole thing is just falling apart. So everyone finds out that Jessica's in love with Cal, and then David Lindenhagen shows up, and this is what I loved is like. They're all like, who are you? And he's like, I'm David Lindenhagen. And everybody's just like, ooh. And Jacob walks up and punches him.
I like it, like the motion he makes. He pulls his rings off. He's like, oh, shit, okay. And just like...
Yeah, he walks up and decks him. Jacob does. And he's like, you didn't, like, what you did to this guy was, he didn't deserve that. You slept with his wife. Cal runs over and pulls him off and is screaming at him about dating his daughter. And then Ernie tackles Cal again. And, like, everybody's just tackling everybody.
They're ripping the miniature golf course apart.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
At one point, Ernie rips the whole windmill off the windmill, like the blades, and rushes at the cow with them like he's going to destroy him with a windmill.
This gets kind of nuts.
It does. And then we cut to just, like, them all sitting on, like, a little brick wall outside the house. All kind of shirts are all tattered, and they're all mussed up, and the cops are there. And, they're like, hey, like, we're not going to press, this is fine.
Even the cop gets a couple good lines in here.
Yeah, well, he's just like, I just need you guys to simmer down. Like, if you're going to fight, take it in the house.
Yeah.
And he goes, keep it in the family. And then Jacob starts laughing, and Cal's like, shut the fuck up. Like, It's not funny. Cal tells Hannah that she can't see Jacob anymore, and she's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Cal walks off and he tells David Lindenhagen that Emily's all his, like he's done with it. And then he sees his son. This was actually sad. He walks up to his son and he's like, "Go big or go home," right? And the kid's just like, "Just go home, Dad." Like,
yeah,
because he's mad because the girl he loved is in love with him.
I felt that one.
Yeah, that was rough. We get like a little like sad montage of we see Robbie deleting Jessica's contact out of his phone. Then we see that Jacob and Hannah are still together, and like he's trying to convince her to call her dad, and she won't. We see Emily at work, and she's sad. And then we see Cal is just like outside the school, like basically stalking someone again. Like he's waiting for his kid to come out, but doesn't talk to him, just stares at him as he comes out and like walks to the bus.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
And they don't have any kind of conversation.
My dad would have been like, "Boy, get the fuck over
yeah,
here."
They don't talk at all. He just watches them. We see Cal at the bar, and he's drunk and obnoxious again. And he asks the bartender something about like what time. She's like, "It's 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon." And he's like, "All right, thanks for the fucking shot. Thanks for trying to make me
he's like,
feel
"You didn't
bad.
have to tell me it was the afternoon. I know it's the afternoon."
Yeah. And Jacob shows up, and he's trying to talk to him. He's telling him, your kids miss you. And Cal's like, "Oh, great, you've been hanging out with my kids. Wonderful."
I'm their new dad.
Yeah. And he tells him, "I'm in love with your daughter. Like, I know I was a shitty guy before this. I didn't know what I was doing, but like now I know I love her."
This is like another big reveal. Is like, "Oh, this whole movie was about me teaching you how to be a shithead, but really it was about you teaching me how to be a decent guy."
He's like, "I was this, this bad guy." He's like, "Now I realize I want to be like," and he can't finish it. He's trying to say like you, and he's like, "I'm going to need that drink," because he can't bring himself to say that he wants to be like Cal at this point.
I love. He's like, "Are you going to take your shot?" And he's like, "No, she definitely spit in that shot."
Yeah, because he's being real shitty to the bartender. And he tells him, he goes, "Hannah's too good for you." And Jacob's like, "Yeah, I know. Like, she is. She's great." And he's like, "I'm never going to give you my approval." And Jacob just says, "You know what? You're a really good dad." And he gets up and leaves. He did mention to Cal during this that like his son's 8th grade graduation was coming up. He was like, "Are you going to go to it?" And he's like, "Of course I'm going to go to it." Like, "Yeah, I'm going to go." So he shows up.
He better, because like even the neighbors that have no skin in this game are going to his son's 8th grade graduation.
Yeah, Ernie, Jessica, and their mom is there. And
you'd think they'd be trying to avoid places that have the guy that was getting naked pictures of his daughter, but no, they're there.
No, Emily and the whole family is there. Like, she's there with Hannah and Jacob. And
literally every character from this fucking movie is at this graduation.
Robbie's up on the stage, and Cal walks in, and he's looking for a seat, and he sees an empty seat next to his daughter and his wife. And then Jacob walks down the aisle and sits in it. So he's like, "Oh, I guess I'm just going to go sit next to some strangers." So he goes and he finds a seat, which I thought was funny because they pan over the crowd and they show Marissa Tomei's character in the front row. And there's an empty seat next to her. And I was like, "Oh, shit, he's going to have to sit next to her. This is going to be really awkward." That never happened. But they introduce Marissa Tomei's character. She's going to introduce the first speaker from the graduating class. And it ends up being Robbie. And Robbie gets up and he starts giving
after that asshole speech, how did he end up being the valedictorian?
I don't know. I mean, you can be smart and still be a troublemaker. He gets up and he starts giving this speech, and he's getting to the point where he's just like, "There's no such thing as one true love." Like, it's a real downer of a speech. And Cal stands up and he just yells, "Stop!" And he comes up and he basically fucking Kanye's him. He's like, he gets up and takes the mic, and he's like, "Just to be honest, my son's graduation speech sucks." He's like, "It was going in a real bad direction," and he's like, "This, that's not who my son is. He believes in big grand gestures, and he believes in like true love." And he talks about how he met his soulmate when he was 15 years old, and took her out for ice cream, and it was the best decision he ever made. And he says, when you find your soulmate, you just don't give up. And then Robbie stands up and grabs the mic back, and he's like, "I love you, Jessica." And Cal's like, "I still love you, Emily." Everybody applauds, and that's the speech. We cut to the aftermath, whatever you want to call it. Everybody's gathering outside from the graduation, and we see Jacob and Hannah walk up, and Cal walks up to them, and he's like, "I bought a firearm from a very shady guy."
Yeah.
He's like, "But just so you know," he's like, "you better take good care of her." So this is like his way of saying, like, "You have my approval. Like, just take care of her."
And he slaps him around, which is something that he's been doing to him the entire...
Yeah, I didn't bring that up, but yeah, Gosling slaps Steve Carell so many times as Billy. Every time he tells him something, he slaps him on the face.
Yeah.
Like a light slap, but if that was you, that would get annoying. Like if somebody just kept slapping you in the face.
Yeah. It's not like
it's definitely like a demeaning, like...
Yeah, it's not like your Italian uncle telling you, like, "Oh, good boy." It's a decent slap.
Yeah. Robbie goes and finds Jessica, and he tells her, that he still loves her, and that, he knows that he's too young right now, but in a few years, the age difference won't matter. So when he gets out of high school, he's going to find her. And she says, okay.
And he says, I'm going to look like my dad by that point, which you're in love with.
Yeah. And she says, okay. She said, come find me. And then she says, here's something to tide you over. And somehow she got back the naked photos, or she took new ones, specifically to give to this underage boy.
Maybe she found a hobby.
Maybe.
Like, this is a thing.
Maybe. But she is giving, like, naked pictures of herself to, like, a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
While she's 17.
I have some questionable things about this. I'm going to save.
Yeah. So she gives him some nudes and a kiss on the cheek. We cut to Emily and Cal talking, and it's just like this nice little moment where he's like, I'm glad I bought you that ice cream that one time. And she says, me too. And they both kind of just like smile and laugh, and that's it. Like, they don't necessarily get back together. They kind of leave it open.
They did.
You would think, but like they don't specifically say it.
Yeah.
And that's that movie, CJ.
I like that because they leave it ambiguous. I like to think that they brought Marissa Tomei in. It was just a throuple from there on out.
I don't know. She seemed pretty over.
Steve Carell deserves the best.
She seemed pretty over Cal's shit at that point.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe she started drinking.
This movie's full of grand gestures, CJ. Do you have any?
Yeah, actually, let's go right back to those naked pictures of children.
What?
So, for any of our underage listeners here, even if you are underage and you take a naked picture of yourself and send it to somebody, you are illegally sending a picture of an underage person naked to another person.
Yeah.
That is a big deal.
It is a big
Don't
deal.
ever do that.
No, don't.
Wait till you're 18 and then take tons of naked pictures of yourself. Send them to whoever the fuck you want. Once you're 18.
With consent.
With consent. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the more you know with CJ.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a terrible idea of this girl to give a 13-year-old, to give anybody naked pictures of herself.
Yes.
Like, have some thought about this. Wait a couple months.
True. Listen to your Uncle CJ, kids.
That's right. Don't call me Uncle CJ in this situation. It's a terrible thing, too. Call me Piggy.
Jeez. All right. Was that it?
That was my rant. Don't send naked pictures until you're 18.
I should have went first. I don't have anything aside from the fact that when they did the Dirty Dancing scene, Emma Stone did not know that she had a phobia of being picked up until that moment. Apparently no one had ever picked her up before. She got picked up and freaked out and started crying and had to go and like hide in her trailer for like hours. So they ended up having to use a body double for that scene, but the screams are really hers. So like they took the screams from when they originally lifted her up and she freaked out, and that's what they dubbed that over like a far away shot so that you couldn't tell it wasn't her. That's mine.
You know what? I got one more little one.
Okay.
There is a very quick flash scene during this where it cuts to Ryan Gosling sitting, looking at his phone in his kitchen, and he's eating cereal. Uh-huh. Have you ever heard of the Ryan Gosling eating cereal thing? I don't know if this...
I've seen, is it where you superimpose, like...
So
a spoon with cereal on it, like into his face when his mouth is open?
There was a fella, that was trying to do that. And he basically put out these YouTube videos where he's holding spoon up to Ryan Gosling movies, and he turns his head away a lot in his movies. Yeah. So he would do it just as he's turning his head away. And it became like an actual thing online of, like, the internet's stupid. So this was a big thing. And, that guy, unfortunately, like, he became terminal, passed away. Oh. Ryan Gosling found out about it and, like, started putting out videos of him eating cereal.
Oh, really?
Like, hey, this one's for you, bro. Like, it's a cool thing. And I don't know if this was...
Did they put it in the movie because of that?
I can't remember if this is before or after. Like, I'm thinking that this is why.
It was.
It's weird that they just cut away to him eating cereal, so I'm thinking it had to have been after.
Ryan Gosling just seemed like a pretty solid dude. Like, I would hang out with Ryan Gosling.
I'm telling you, man.
Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I get it, ladies. Like, I'd fucking hang out with this guy. Like, he just seems like a nice dude, and he seems down to earth. And, okay, one more tidbit. This has nothing to do with this movie, but it's news that came out. Ryan Gosling-related news as of this week. You familiar with Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Yes.
They're remaking it, and Ryan Gosling is producing it.
Fucking A.
I don't know why. I don't know if he's a big fan, but, like... This has also endeared me even more, or has endeared him even more to me. Like, he's my new James Marsden.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling, you're always welcome on the podcast. Or in my house, or whatever. Like, wherever you want to hang out, dude, I'm here for it.
Wherever you want to hang
Let's
out.
eat cereal together.
Can you go, like, bowling?
Yeah, like, whatever you want to do, I'm down, man. Like, I don't know. You want to rock climb? I don't give a fuck. Let's hang.
You got Emma's number?
All right.
All
I'm
right.
here for the goss. Let's chick flick it to a dick flick it.
Sure. I had trouble with this one, but what I'm thinking is, I've said this before on here. You can punch somebody in the face and they die. So I want that whole big fight scene because this movie's kind of dick flicky anyway. It's pretty funny. Like
Yeah,
this
it
is
is.
not a. This is definitely not a chick flick.
It's a rom-com.
Yeah,
For sure. But I think it can be enjoyed by all sexes.
Yes. I want during that big fight scene where he goes up and clips David Lindenhagen.
Kevin Bacon.
That he just dies. And that's where this scene goes, is like these three men now like got a dead Kevin Bacon on the front lawn.
Wow.
And they're like, what the fuck do we do? And they have to, it becomes this whole thing where like,
bury him under the mini golf
can
hole.
they trust each other? The kids know. It is like a really screwed up thing. And then we find out later that night, not even really dead. He crawls out of the ground.
Oh.
I mean, he doesn't come like for revenge
Comes
or
up
anything.
through the mini golf hole.
It becomes this whole comedy of errors where they're like, no, we got to move him to like the dump or something. Then his body's not there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Mine, we're going to go with like a psychological thriller sort of situation
Okay.
where Cal has his wife tell him she wants to get divorced. And I mean, you can tell he's pretty shell-shocked. You know, he jumps out of a moving car. Like, he's pretty much just dead. Like, he's just dead inside. Like, he's just not really feeling anything. Like, he's shocked. And he goes to this bar. He starts talking to this guy who's, like, going to help fix him up and get him either back with his wife or help him make his wife jealous, whatever. Jacob doesn't exist. This is all, like, a figment. Because, like, there are a lot of scenes in this movie where he's, like, kind of stalkery. Like, he's outside of his wife's house, like watching her at night, and she doesn't know he's there. He's fucking gardening at night. Like you could turn this to the point where he's kind of creepy.
He's Fight Clubbing it.
Yeah, like, you can turn this kind of creepy. So like he basically has an imaginary friend who like unlocks this like other side of him. It's a little more dangerous, a little more stylish. Like he starts becoming a little unhinged, and at the end, you know, thing plays out the same way where like Hannah comes to the house, and he's like, "What are you doing here? Why are you here?" And the whole family's like, "What the fuck? There's nobody there." And he just loses his shit. Like his whole movie is just like him imagining this guy who doesn't even exist.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. That's mine.
I love it.
Thanks. Let's Nick Cage it.
I really hope I know who you're connecting Nick Cage to in this movie.
It should be obvious, but it's not.
Oh, all right. Well, I would put him in actually a scene we didn't really talk about. There's a part in this movie, his daughter and them, they're hooking up. So he's going to the bar every night alone, Cal is.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, like he's still trying to pick up women and stuff, but he sees a guy that's like schlubby at the end of the bar. And you're automatically like, oh, okay, this is his time to like pay it forward and teach this guy. And it doesn't really end up being that way. But I wanted it that he's like, oh, I'm going to go teach this guy how to pick up women. And he goes over and it's fucking Nicolas Cage sitting there and he's like,
pair of New Balances.
buddy, I already got this. Yeah, he's wearing the schlubby clothes, but like two women come out of the bathroom, get him by both arms.
Yeah.
He looks at the bartender. He's just like, close this place down. You're with me too. And they just leave. And Cal's there alone.
I like it. Now, it's a well-known fact that you can connect Kevin Bacon to anyone in 6 steps, right?
Please tell me you picked
Why
Kevin
would
Bacon.
I make it that easy? Because it's obvious that you could. It's this whole portion of this podcast is based on 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's obvious you can do it that way. Why would I do it the obvious way? Silly. That's a no-brainer. It's easy. Anybody can do it. I like to be different. I'm going with the son.
Oh, okay.
Robbie. He's played by an actor named Jonah Bobo. Which is
What a
also
terrible
just a
name.
fun name to say. He's in a movie called Choke, which is based on a Chuck Palahniuk novel, the guy that wrote Fight Club.
Yes. Great novel, not a great movie.
Yeah, you're right. The book's great. That movie stars Sam Rockwell. Angelica Houston is also in it. She plays his mother. Angelica Houston is in the Addams Family movie, which also stars Raul Julia.
Legend.
He's in the Street Fighter movie. Not so legendary.
One of the best scenes ever.
He's great in it, but he's like the only thing that's great in it. There's an actor named Andrew Bynarski who plays Zangief in that movie.
Okay.
He's in a favorite of mine called Hudson Hawk, which is a Bruce Willis movie. There's a set of like 3 henchmen. They're all named after candy bars. This guy plays Butterfinger. Hudson Hawk also stars Danny Aiello. Danny Aiello is in Moonstruck with Cher and Nicolas Cage.
I like how you tag a little Cher in there.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you have to, right?
You gots to.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
Nice.
Shall we rate it?
I'm going 4.25.
Really?
I fucking loved this movie.
Wow.
Yeah, it loses points on not showing the carpentry scenes. It's a big deal for me. Yeah, I fucking loved this movie. This was one that I actually went up and like. Usually I watch these like either early in the morning or pretty late at night. I've got a lot of shit going on when the sun's out. I went up to bed around 12:30, 1 o'clock. My wife rolled over. She's like, "Oh, how was your stupid movie?" I was like, "This one was great." Like, I was into this fucking movie.
She was like, "Please tone it down about 75%.
Yeah. They didn't telegraph. Like, they had multiple big reveals. They didn't telegraph them at all.
I was absolutely shocked when Hannah walked out.
Yeah. Like, they even, like, you're never going to guess that off of the Nana lines.
And that's what I was talking about when we started watching this movie, and I knew what it was about, and I thought that he was helping him pick up women, but also dating his daughter at the same time. Mm-hmm. I don't know where I got that idea from, because I'd never seen this. I didn't know that, but that's what I thought was going to happen. But then as the movie went on, I was like, oh, I must be wrong about that. And then it happened, and I was like, shit, they got me, because they convinced me that I was wrong, and I was right the whole time.
And Steve Carell, I mean... Speaking of Raul Julia, he's got that same Raul Julia thing. Anything he's in, he elevates the comedy of everybody else in this movie.
Yeah, he's great.
Every scene he's in, you're like, this is funny as hell. Like when people are talking to him, even with the little kids. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I fucking love this movie. I will definitely watch this movie again.
Really?
For sure.
All right. So this is a weird one. I'm not coming in as high as you. I liked this movie. It made me laugh. Performances were great. I thought Ryan Gosling was super charming. Carell was hilarious. All the supporting cast was great. But I think I'm only going to give it like a 3.
No shit.
Just because like I feel like there's a lot of themes in this movie.
It's okay to be wrong.
No, there's a lot of themes in this movie that bothered me and like things that were problematic. Like the whole babysitter kid storyline creeped me out.
Yeah, pretty much everything to do with her was a little weird.
Yeah, like that all was very creepy. And at one point, like I thought we were getting an American Beauty situation because when the dad finds the pictures, I was like, this is going to end with this guy murdering Steve Carell. I'm not going to see it coming. Like this is going to be like turned dark, like real dark. It didn't. Awesome. It didn't, but I thought it was going to. So
that would have given it a 5.
So none of that. I might have too because that would have been fucking insane. So like none of that worked for me. So I'm taking points off for that. As charming as Ryan Gosling is, like his view on women and the way he would pick up women doesn't age well. It's not a great look. It's not a good message.
That's the whole point of the movie is that he realizes that.
I guess he has like a redemption arc, but these guys both like have Cal ends up becoming a real shithead too, and then they finally have like a redemption arc, but it's not like I don't know. It wasn't earned enough. Like it just happens.
Okay.
And the big problem I have with this movie is the whole like masculinity and like finding your manhood thing. And, like, the way that, like, this entire movie blames Cal for his divorce and how he got cheated on, they try to, like, emasculate this guy to the point where it's like, you know, you're not enough of a man, you're boring, that's why your wife cheated on you. Like, no, like, she's the bad guy. Like, if she wasn't happy in the marriage, you tell him you want a divorce before you sleep with David Lindenhagen. Like, don't make it out to be Cal's fault. Like, that. Yeah. So, like... As much as I liked the movie and it made me laugh and it was a decent movie, it's like a lot of things about it that I was just like, gave me the ick, as the kids say. Yeah. That like I was just like, I can't really rate it that high because it made me think too much about not liking some of these people and like the problems I had with them and like just the issues surrounding it.
Oh, I got over it fast.
Yeah, I can tell.
I got into the comedy, man.
I can tell. Love it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's a funny movie. Like, I might even watch it again. Like, but I don't know. Just... I can like something to a degree and then still find like a lot of things wrong with it that affect my rating, I guess is what I would say. So I'm going to go 3. It's better than average, but there's a lot of things that made me take points off for it.
Oh, I think this one was excellent.
That's fine. Agree to disagree. All right. The time has come, folks. We got 5 suggestions from loyal listeners, be it email, social medias. No one stood outside my
face-to-face conversations.
apartment with a boombox. So I appreciated that. Nobody gave me the Steve Carell treatment and just silently watched me from outside as they texted me. As far as I know, but yeah, we have 5. So we're gonna roll 1 to 5 and pick next week's movie that we will review, chosen by one of you, our listeners. Right. I will say that out of these 5 movie suggestions, none came from Germany.
That's the thing. And also, big shout out while I roll this random number generator. Big shout out to Vietnam. Somebody
Not
in Vietnam.
the war, the person there listening to us.
Oh shit, we got number 1. First one on the list.
Really, I'm going to be honest. This was the one I was hoping for. I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah?
This comes from our good friend Erin. Her husband is the one that is always suggesting that we review Roadhouse. And I'm sorry, Corey, we will not be reviewing Roadhouse, but what we will be doing is reviewing another Patrick Swayze movie, Dirty Dancing.
No shit.
And surprisingly enough, on our normal list, this is number 1.
Is it?
It is. It won't be anymore because of the specialist is number 1. We've rolled it. So, Erin, we'd like to thank you for reaching out. We'd also like to thank everyone else that emailed us or texted or tracked us down and talked to us face-to-face and suggested a movie. Those movies have been added to the list if they weren't already on it. And eventually, one day we'll review them thanks to you. But yeah, it's Dirty Dancing. Which is funny because this movie has a pretty big Dirty Dancing reference in it. So it's almost perfect that this is the movie that was selected.
Maybe now that I'll see this movie, I'll stop confusing it with Footloose in my mind.
There you go.
Because
I think they are very... well, I don't think we'll say they're similar, but I feel like they're in the same vein.
Dance love movies.
Yeah. All right. Well, until next week when we review Dirty Dancing, which I'm excited about. Please.
I'm not.
You're not?
I mean, I'm excited that it's Aaron's pick, but I don't know. This movie, from what little I know about it, something about Baby in the corner and he picks her up at one point.
Yeah. Nobody puts Baby in the corner.
Mean, it is Swayze, so.
Yeah,
and Jennifer Grey?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're crazy for Swayze. But yeah, until next time when we review Dirty Dancing, please like us, subscribe to us, follow us, tell all your friends about us. Make sure they know where to check us out. Anywhere you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple Music, all those good things. Email us, you've.gotmails@yahoo.com. You may have missed the deadline to get a vote in for a movie, but you can still always say hello and tell us where you're listening from and why. And get at us on the Facebook. CJ's making those memes every week.
Oh, I got to put one out today.
Yeah, he can't stop, won't stop. And you can message us on there if you'd like. You could comment on one of our posts, whatever. Just say hi. We like it when you say hi. Yeah, that's it. Stay romantic. Don't be shit at each other. And I had the time of my life.
We're going to practice that lift. That'll be the meme.